I guess calling it a defensive style isn't really fair. He pretty aggressively pushes with it, and then he is, of course, still raiding. So maybe that was a mischaracterization, but at any rate, it's a good map for defenders, is what I meant to say.
Yes. Yeah, especially if they're on the hills, but in general, yeah, it's good. It's just, yeah, the only player I can think of who's really defensive is Clone. And even then, Clone does play some aggressive play. They're just really careful about how they use their units.
Right. Well, you have to be. You have to be aggressive in some extent.
Yeah, so Snugglebase with a weaker raid than Felthas, but Felthas not confident they can rush in here.
See, but Snugglebase, he has some glaives here in his base to help defend. I mean, what does Felthas really have? He has one defender and now just a couple of glaives. Okay, just in time.
That's enough.
But yeah, they was completely undefended for a moment there.
Although the back is going to be taken. This Lotus will take out about half of the glaive army, and then that's it. And Snugglebase pulling Felthas back, forcing Felthas to pull back to defend. No flank, though. Nothing to actually take the advantage of this new position.
That's too bad. Well, Snugglebase himself, he's sort of pinned down because Felthas has his own army just right here on his doorstep.
Yeah, so Snugglebase not going to be able to do any damage. Snugglebase should retreat, and they're doing exactly that.
Good call.
Losing a glaive, but falling back, losing two glaives.
Well, he's on the downhill here, so that whole retreat was still not a great position for him to be in either.
No, now he's on the level. Now it's good. Now Felthas needs to stop chasing. Felthas is losing units. Still worth it for Felthas, but yeah, they didn't need to chase that long.
So it looks like we'll see a very positional game here. Lots of sort of body blocking, like you mentioned, with these raider groups.
Although it's harder to do with glaives than it is with slashers.
Sure.
Because of speed and size differences. But yeah, definitely we're going to see that.
Yeah, still definitely applies. Oh boy.
Although Felthas running around the back. And we're going to see a similar situation, but I think Felthas, there shouldn't be here too. They're running away as well. They're wisely getting out of there.
I don't think he had to. I think he could have arced up because Snugglebase's glaives are all clumped up like this.
That's true, but the Lotus. If it weren't for the Lotus, I'd agree with you. Because of the Lotus,
that's a good point.
No.
That's a good point.
But at the same time, Snugglebase, they have their main base almost completely open except for the glaive army. They have the backside completely open apart from a couple Lotuses, which would be a problem, but for, what was it, a dozen glaives? 9 glaives. Yeah,
look at this ridiculously early gunship switch. I guess it's not ridiculous, but it is very early.
I wouldn't call it ridiculous. That could actually decide the game. We're at a kind of stalemate situation right now.
I don't know. I feel like, I don't know.
There's enough glaives to deal with it?
Yeah, exactly, and they're fast enough. These rapiers, I mean, they have the nice alpha, but they're not going to be able to whittle down the glaives very well, are they?
They one-shot glaives.
You're right, but just one glaive at a time.
Yeah, so it's 4 glaives every volley. Although with this army over the west will basically be taken down in 2 volleys.
That's a good point. Ooh, nice flanking army to the south here, but Snugglebase is in a good position to intercept.
Yeah, so the south army is taken care of by Snugglebase's glaives, and the north army doesn't even matter. The rapiers look like they're going straight for the throat. Trying to take out Felthas's mexes, trying to take out Felthas's main army. While at the same time, Felthas going for the not even going for the flank. They're being really cautious. Not sure they realize what's coming to them. Snugglebase, their commander's moving back. This would actually not be a bad position. Felthas is at an economic advantage, so taking out the commander is a huge blow, but that does not happen, and that could have happened.
Yes,
Recon comp against half a dozen glaives, the glaives win.
Felthas had a great position there. He was ahead of Snugglebase's glaives. He could have chased down that commander, but unfortunately, just not enough APM.
Yeah,
it looks like.
Maybe they're worried about the Lotuses. I think they're worried about the Lotuses, but
yeah, pretty easily driven away by just one Razor. See, that's why I say I'm not sure about this rapier switch because it's pretty easy to defend against. You know, I mean, obviously it's one-shotting all of this stuff, which looks very impressive.
That's the thing. It's one-shotting all of this stuff. And in terms of mobile defense, there isn't much. And yeah, there's the Razor, but that's it. There's one Razor. Oh, sorry, there's 2 actually.
But a second Razor would at least stop these guys from hanging out over the base. I'm not sure that they could whittle it down in time, especially with the caretakers here to repair the Razor.
Yeah, well,
it just seems like it's
the main base. No, the main base, no. But all this periphery, the geoplant, all these metal extractors, that's a huge blow. That'll give Snugglebase the economic advantage. The glaives can take care of the main base.
It looks like they will be doing just that. Short order.
Yeah, pretty well. And the rapier is moving in for extra support. I think this might be Snugglebase. Yeah, I think Snugglebase is going to take this. It's a little bit tough to say though, because Felthas still has their commander. They still have their main base. This is actually
Phaeltos
Heavy
has
blow,
a
though.
pretty significant eco advantage, it looks like. Oh, no. Well,
No,
it depends on the reclaim.
it's falling behind. It's falling way behind. And now that they've lost their
Yeah.
gunship plant, they have no easy way
There
out
we
of
go.
this. And all these rapiers can just tear apart every one of these metal extractors. And if you notice, the metal extractors are at 1.5 times overdrive. So they're worth, like, all the plus 2.7s are actually worth plus 4. Getting rid of 3 of those, and Phaeltos loses their advantage.
Yep. Pretty clearly.
So there's not much that Phaeltos can really do besides
Well, he's
getting air. And they tried that. And they're trying that again. I don't know, they're getting another Cloaky. What?
Yeah, yeah.
I guess they
Wait, why
expected
is he
the
building?
I think they
yeah, I
expected
guess
their Cloaky bot factory in the main base to die. It is close. It's 700 health.
You're right. Absolutely.
I don't disagree. It's just turned out they didn't need to. The Rapier's going down. Only one Rapier left. Getting one last shot out of spite on the defender, but not enough. Still, though, Snugglebase has so many Rapiers. The 5 coming in now, and more in... well, actually, no more in production. Just the 5. But with Warriors on top of that for crowd control. And Phaeltos running their glaives away from the Rapiers. I don't agree with that. There are more than enough glaives. They can take care of the Rapiers, no problem.
Can the glaives still hit the rapiers? I have a hard time hitting brawlers now with glaives, since I guess
They should
the
be able
hover
to.
height
They're
was
not
changed.
that high.
Yeah, I think they are. It looks like they're low enough to be able to hit them. I honestly haven't tried it in a while.
Yeah, brawlers are... because the thing with brawlers is that they were changed to be further away. Like, they have longer range, but they're lower damage or something like that. Oh, no, sorry, they're changed to be nearer, but I think higher or something like that. I can't remember the exact change. But brawlers are just... they just fire from further away than rapiers. That's the thing.
Sure. All right, well, some Tritons coming up now, which is a good answer to the rapiers, of course. In fact, Phaeltos, wow, he turned out 3 of these pretty quickly. I think that's enough to defend against the rapiers. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, totally. The only problem that might come up would be if gremlins are made, and it doesn't look like Snugglebase is going to have to worry... no, Snugglebase is not building that. They're building sharpshooters and Zeus. They have a ton of warriors, but that's basically just as an assault force.
Yeah,
They
it's
wanna
going to be...
take out-
looks like,
They want to take out the
Right.
commander. They want to take out the second Cloaky bot factory.
yep, charging into this firebase here. Well, I guess it all comes down to Phaeltos' defender spam now. That's really all he can do to defend this. Oh, he has some scythes up.
Yes, but those sides will go down as soon as they're spotted. They'll get
Yeah, you're
one
right.
warrior, maybe. But at this point, it's
tough
still
position.
even. I can't call it. Like, I
Well-
thought Snugglebase had a chance when they took out the main base, but then they didn't quite follow through.